I forgot to put my audio input in. Sorry, Jad. How are we? Oh, welcome to the Scuffcast. It's so good to be back doing ECL. It's so good to be back doing ECL. We do have, however, ladies and gentlemen, a better matchup than a better cast, I do believe, because we've got KZG taking on DXA. Both of these teams have had themselves I think some would say maybe sort of subpar runs, considering the teams that we did have for the both of them. KZG, I'm going to put them on blast here a little bit because I love Tito so much. KZG have great individuals in their org, like McLitty, but Tito is there, so I do have to put them on blast. So I put that in the spreadsheet, Tito, for another time that I've abused KZG. Well, have a little bit of a look at our stats over on this monitor here, because I don't really have the numbers in my head because I'm not that much of a freak. Taking a look at the positions, especially on the ladder for the regular season, DXA, KZG, 8 and 9. This is going to be the battle of mid. I'm very excited for this one because the winner of this one will have a really good chance at potentially getting that 6th spot. We can potentially get the 6th spot. Inferno is going to be our map that we play. And for both of these teams, I think especially DXA it can be a little bit dangerous. Of course, every time you talk about DXA, you have to talk about their consistency issues. We don't see them being overly consistent. We don't see them being overly under-consistent. There's a big sort of how's it going nature around DXA at the current moment. They haven't really found a suitable 5th yet. We've seen, time and time again, everything. Okay, 7th and 8th, Tito, 7th and 8th. You want to put yourself 7th. You haven't got enough points to be 7th, all right? Archon haven't played half of the season and they're still above you, Tito. All right, let's be careful here. Let's be careful here. I love you, Tito. But especially for this one, Archon points removed. I know they were removed, but it's really funny on HLTV to see Archon aren't playing anymore and they're still 6th. Like, that's very funny to me. I'm going to be completely honest. What was I talking about? Inferno, our map pick. DXA can have a little bit of trouble here. They've had a little bit of consistency issues. KZG, they do have the land buff, so we have to give them a little bit of respect. But their Inferno was a little bit sloppy. Especially at ESL Melbourne. We didn't see sort of the best Counter-Strike from them in terms of their Inferno maps. We probably saw a different version of them at ESL Melbourne than what we're seeing in ECL at the current moment. We're seeing a better version from post LAN experience to post LAN experience to pre-LAN experience. I think they've come out of ESL Melbourne and they've had themselves a sort of really good run of form. The question is, does that form continue? And I think especially for KZG, they're going to hope it's the case. We saw them get knocked off by Rooster in a Vertigo. They probably should have won. I mean, it was 9-2 at one point. Are we going to forget that, Tito? It's okay if we do. I know it's up on your YouTube. DXA, however, the sort of the last LAN they played was the Games Expo, where there was a really handsome caster and Kevin. And I'm sorry, Kevin, I love you, man. And like I think for them especially, they've sort of played at the consistent level that we've seen from them over the past sort of 6 months, 7 months ish or so. They haven't really gotten any better. They haven't really gotten any worse. We've sort of seen them go in and out a little bit in terms of their form and all that. But I think for this map, it's going to be a great test for both of them. We've slowly seen, I think as sort of history has trended, KZG was one of those teams that were seen as the gatekeepers of that top 5. That top 6 of OCE, where they had themselves a little bit of a job protecting the top from what was the slop, and we've seen KZG sort of jump up just a little bit. And for DXA, it slowly looks as if they're moving in towards that gatekeeping role in OCE, protecting the top from the slop. I don't know if that's a good thing. I think Canon Event are also in that sort of area, protecting the top from the slop. But for KZG, they need to be able to... Tito sent me a DM. Oh no. Stop sending me spreadsheets, Tito. I'm scared. I don't know what the numbers mean, Tito. But for these two teams, I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. I did say, that's the standings. You're sending me spreadsheets. This is harassment. You're sending me spreadsheets, Tito? This is harassment. I don't understand the numbers. I'm going to assume because it's you, it's sexual in nature. I love you, Tito. But we'll take a look at the lineups. Thank God we can get out of this shit joke with the lineups. Yeah, I did it again. Tito, just spreadsheets. The moment they put like round spreadsheets, Tito's a menace. I'll tell you that for free. But for KZG, we've sort of seen them keep a little bit of consistency in terms of that last roster that they did have. They keep Jinxie in that lineup. I think it's a good fit, especially the way that he played on Vertigo. I know they didn't get any wins. The way they played against Rooster. I know they didn't get a win on any of those maps, but I feel like Jinxie put in a really good performance, especially for what KZG sort of need him to do. So I feel like that's going to be a very good fit for KZG. And for DXA on the other side of the pen, we've got Ruffleco, Lucas have sort of been the two. Ruffleco. Let me try that again. Ruffleco, Lucas, and Keo, which have been the pillars of this DXA lineup for, I think, longer than I've been alive. We see Rocky coming in, we see Motion coming in. I think Motion has been a really good pickup for DXA as of late. Rocky, I'm going to be completely honest, I haven't seen too much of, so I can't really give an opinion. But if I want to go for getting clicks for the DXA socials, Rocky's dog shit. Clip it and ship it, boys. He's going to prove me wrong in this one. No, I genuinely haven't seen enough of Rocky to be able to give you guys a little bit more of an insight as to what sort of the team is like around him. I think I've watched one DXA game with Rocky sort of in the team. I think this is going to be an interesting matchup. My money is purely going to be a 1-1 draw here. I feel like KZG will be able to win Inferno. They won't win it comfortably, but they could potentially win it, depending on, you know, how Roffelko plays. It is Roffelko against the world at the current moment, because it looks as if he is sort of probably one of the better players that we've had that could potentially take PZ's role. I'll talk about that later. In B&K, potentially. More data clown. More data clown? Calling Tito a clown is insane. He's a very nice guy. I don't know what I'm talking about, Japan. I think for both of these teams, DXA, they've got their work cut out for them here to come out with a win. And you know, DXA will win. Gambling going. Do I have to get the gambling going again, Chad? Chad, do we want to gamble, Chad? Jab. Jab man, do we want to gamble, Jab? Jab man! McLitty says no. Tito says yes, please. I know he's on the slaps. I'll give him his gambling to make him happy, man. We need more gambling, Jab. More gambling, Jab. I need more gambling. Give me a sec. Let me find the button. I can't find the button on these damn computers. Shut up, clown streamer. Well, I don't even have my makeup on. Can we at least calm down just a little bit? Like, fucking A. Tito's bread and butter. A bit of the slaps. A big fan of the slaps band. It's alright, Chad. He just doesn't know yet. Who wins map 1? KZG or DXA? You will have 10 minutes to put in your bets, Chad. Dog shit. Yeah, it's alright. You just don't know about me yet. It's okay, man. I do have a song, because I've got a feeling I know what country you're from. Let's be really cool. But for this matchup here, I think it's going to be interesting. Better map before game start. Yeah, that's insane. It's wild for the bettors to be upset before the game has even started. Before we've even had knife round. That is ridiculously absurd, to be completely honest with you. They have a spreadsheet of your pokies winnings? No, but it's a spreadsheet for all of his tweets. Yeah, I think especially for KZG at the current moment, it's sort of their map and their series to lose right now. DXA will put up a pretty good fight. KZG have been sort of playing with sort of decent form, I guess, recently. See if Flammy does. I have a spreadsheet for all the friends I have. It's empty. Oh no. Oh no, Shrubby. Oh no. But yeah, this will be a very good game. We're still waiting on a delayed start. We had a bit of a server swap. A bit of a cheeky server swap. So, for now, chat, you're my friend, Shrubby. Where I'd the game? I'm just intrigued now. I'm intrigued now, to be completely honest with you. The Russian bettors are already out in force, and I gotta appreciate that. But yeah, we'll quickly have a bit of a break, because I don't really have anything more to talk about. I'm on the TV in the lounge. Hello, McLitty's family. Do not check behind the TV. There might be something stuck to the back of it. Better. It's time. No, he's fine. He just doesn't know about the goat yet. He doesn't know about Mango yet. It's like when Mango was like 15, 14. Actually, no, he was winning tournaments at 14. It's like when Mango was 13, right? Just doesn't know about the goat yet. Like, there's another 15 years going on, and you just don't know about it yet. But yeah, we'll cut to a quick break. We'll get a little bit of the tunes going, because some of the Russian gamblers are mad with me already, and I haven't even said anything. But we'll be back with Knife Round for map 1 of Inferno, where it's KZG taking on DXA. This is going to be interesting. My frames have been shitting the bed recently, but we're finally here. And we get the knife round going, ladies and gentlemen. If you called me on Discord, no you didn't. I actually haven't really checked Discord. I do have to connect the audio output. Give me a second, chat. Alright, we finally have audio. Oh, our frames on this are going to be shocking. Oh, dude, this is just the experience. I can't even tell what the frames are at the moment. Hopefully it fixes and stabilizes. Fix and stabilize for me. It's getting worse. Oh no, frames are horrible right now. I do not know what's happening. Oh, it's slowly getting okay. Oh no. It's slowly getting better. I do not know what is happening, chat. I'll be honest with you here. Is it stream struggling? Get a job to buy the PC. Fair enough. Deadbeat. Oh no, this is going from bad to worse. This is actually going from bad to worse. It's pistol round though. I'll quickly just put this back on the table. Hopefully this fixes up. Hopefully, chat. And that's the prayer, is that it's hopefully fixes up. It looks like it's running a little bit better now. 2-0 start for DXA. They do win pistol, they do win that second round, but finally the rifles do come out. And it looks as if it's a little bit of danger time here. Especially up through banana. Actually, never mind. It's going to come straight through mid. It's going to have to be Mingovi trying to deal with it. We do have the double pit setup coming through at the moment. So Mooks does have to put that smoke down. As it will be Hassi to get that first kill. Oh, actually, it's going to be the second. Rocky eventually falls as well. And start to see DXA stagnate a little bit from the quick start in this round. Nade goes wayward. Can only tag Hassi for 5. See a little bit of damage being done. Over and towards pit. Samuk's down. Mingovi's actually going to be the first victim on that KZG side. It's going to be Roffelco to be able to find himself that kill. Still playing duo setups here. We do see a player over and towards that CT Archer's side, holding that line. And this is the meat grinder at the moment here for KZG. It's Samuk's and Hassi to shut down what should be the short take coming through. And you'd imagine it should be a pretty easy cleanup, especially with those rotations being so quickly. That Molotov will go down at the perfect time. Won't actually find a tag, however, does allow a little bit of aggression here from Hassi. Tucking in. We'll have flashes going out over the top. Hassi still in towards that side. Does have to deal with Roffelco, and we'll see Hassi, Samuk's take their one-on-ones, win their one-on-ones, and KZG pick up their first rifle round. A pretty good round overall for them, as everything looks to be running a little bit better. Hopefully. Hopefully. We'd hope so. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day, chat. It's going to be a long day. Especially if you're gambling on this one. It's going to be a long day. Very long day for you, Chab. Jabbed. We see that 3, early nades coming through for that banana control. Jabbed. What a bit jabbed. Roffelco at least wanting to go for a bit of that early aggression. Kio's going to find himself a kill with that AWP quite early on. That's a state down. Roffelco wants to take on that fight. Molotov's going deep in towards that banana control. Roffelco gets beaten out by Mingovi. The 2 IGLs going at it. Mingovi proves himself as the more capable leader. It's okay, Roffelco's a cultural leader in my eyes anyway. He's a culture fit, not a... Do you see that rotation coming through as well from Mingovi over towards that A side? He's left Jinxie by himself over on B. And it looks to have been that right read. So Mooks is going to be able to find himself a kill. So Mooks with a nade in as he looks to try and follow up on some extra damage. Hassi's going to be able to find himself a kill. And yet again, we're seeing another 4v2. As Rocky swings for a little bit of info, making a fair bit of noise. Lucas. Of course, his birthday was the other day. Does he have the birthday buff? Oh, no. Samuk sprays him down through smoke. Mingovi gets the kill on the other side of brackets. And KZG, they close out bracket control. They close out the round. They pick themselves up a second here. And it looks as if they're in the driver's seat at the current moment after winning that third round. They've got a lot of momentum coming in on their side. DXA, they've been a little bit more slow, a little bit more steady, especially in the parts of the map they want to take, especially in a lot of the control that they want to get. For KZG at the current moment, it has to be, that opening pick that is really deciding a lot of these rounds. Lucas tanks that nade. Smokes to go down as Mingovi looks to try and do some more damage. Jinxie's going to find himself a kill. Estate and Jinxie going to be pushing down a lot of that banana control. As the anti-eco at the current moment is proving dividends for KZG. But I've said this before and I'll say it again. The most dangerous thing in OCE is the pistol buy. Because there's 3 things that are certain here in OCE. That's death, that's taxes, and that is a pistol eco win. It might not be this round, but it will definitely be a round. So, let's get ready for this one, chat, because I'm expecting it to come through. Mingovi should have all 3 lined up and taken down. Hassi finds one. Hassi will actually get himself a second now. It's going to be motion. DXA's old boy by himself, 1v5, a Glock in his hands, and at least gets one, nearly even got the second there, but State able to clean up after the dink as we see KZG take the lead for the first time in this series, picking themselves up a third round. I definitely don't mind this at all. Definitely do not mind this at all from KZG. They're playing some good footy here. They're playing some, nose over the ball. Nose over the ball footy. If you're a KZG fan, you're definitely loving it. If you're Tito, I don't know if you're loving it just yet. This is BO1. We've got two BO1s. Two BO1s, Micklity. Two BO1s. Hassy with that all. We'll take a little bit of util damage, but in response, we see two nades straight down mid. It's going to be Roffelco and Rocky. Or Rockyco. To take a fair bit of damage. Damage being done with util pretty much all over Banana. Roffelco will burn. Estate will get the kill, but Banana still under threat for utility. As Rocky wants to have himself a little bit of a piece of the fight. We see util coming through, trying to fight everything. As Rocky will actually get himself a kill. We're going to see Motion being able to find two elsewhere on the map as he's completely opened up the A side. The rotation's already gone over towards A, but DXA very late on that rotation in towards that A side. By the time they're here, there's been full arch control, full moto control coming in from KZG. So how's this for Hassy? He's going to push this smoke. Isn't quick enough to find the pick, however. Rocky will get the kill. Estate will be the last man standing. Some more smokes will go up. He makes his presence known and exits out the back door. KZG. They dropped their first rifle round of this game. DXA will get themselves a bomb explosion. They keep 3 alive. They get their hands on an AWP. I'm sure Keo will love that. It's the type of stuff that dreams are made of. It's DXA. They able to tie it up, making it 3-3. With a bang. Keo just destroying art there. That is ridiculous. I think that's a crime in some countries, no? It's a crime in countries to destroy art. Should have let Hassy hit the AWP. He should have. It was also Rocky, not all of DXA. That's okay. Still, we're seeing that banana control sort of be the point of emphasis for both of these teams at the current moment. I think it's going to be a really interesting fight between Estate and Jinxie taking on, Roffelco and Co. As we see more util coming down. Early nades, early util, I think that we've seen sort of become common over the last little bit of CSGO, CS2. As a whole, we see that early rotation coming through as well from KZG. Mingovi to drop a little bit of util. Leaves him out of position for a little bit, but DXA not wanting to push the pedal to the metal just yet. Util goes out for both teams, looking to try and, yet again, fight for this banana control. But here's where the fight's going to get interesting. Motion and Lucas taking on Samooks. It's no easy task, and Samooks delivers too for him. Samooks coming out with a huge 2k on that A lurk. And the question now lingers for KZG. When is the rotation going to be too late to have effect? It's looking to be that B hit. Estate and Jinxie. Need something. Need to get an early pick here. DXA, if they can take out both of these guys with, half damage or only losing one, it would be huge. Roffelco making noise, 20 seconds to play, and with Keo out and about, looks as if the save's going to come through for DXA. KZG should be able to pick themselves up 4, and with 10 seconds on the clock, that time will run down. DXA, the pacifists of this game so far. not really sort of getting too many kills. We're sort of seeing individuals for KZG being the guys who step up. You know, we saw Samooks with that big 2K. We saw Hassie get a big, 2K before. Mingovi did get himself an easy 3K to Hicksay a VP. That is an unreal shout. That's an unreal shout. I rate that. That's a good shout. We're going to see that AWP actually head B early on in this one. VP win games. That's an absurd chirp. I got to give you credit for that. The mollies, too great. We're going to be seeing a whole lot of damage onto DXA. Keo to fall even further from the nade. There's almost no health on Keo, Ruffleco, and Rocky. And we're a minute 30 into the round. There's just minute 30 left in the round. My apologies. Flashes to go out through top bracket as eventually that rotation does come over in the form of Jinxie. Another flash will come through. It looks as if we're going to be seeing that early take come out from DXA. Smokes to go down in response of the controlled area of the map. Nades to try and doink that as that swing won't go too far. We're going to see Util over towards B, looking to try and draw away a rotation, but with that arch smoke going down, looking to challenge Jinxie. Smokes to go up through library. Now all of a sudden it's Mingovi and Samooks to try and deal with it. Smokes to go in through apartments and an absolutely battered and bruised DXA walk straight in towards Miss A site. A little bit of team damage there as it's all going to be down to Ruffleco. 23 points of health and a dream. Unless there's a miracle. Unless there's a little bit of Ruffleco magic. I'd imagine that KZG will be able to pick themselves up a fifth and the save gets called again. Ruffleco will at least be keeping that AWP alive as KZG will pick themselves up a fifth. Also, chat, I think we're one away from 500 followers. I think we are. We may be, potentially, Jabba. Man. We may be one away. We're one away, I think, if I remember correctly. I will have to check, but someone needs to follow. Ruffleco's an op. Is Sedu gonna be my 500th follower? Sedu is my 500th follower. That's huge. What Sedu giveth, Sedu can taketh. I want to see Wanda's gorgeous face. I'm not allowed to play it on this one. Tomorrow I'll go through all of them. I probably jumped the number. Just got 500 followers. That's huge, Jab. Huge, Jab. You're going to see Hassie taking that AWP duel. There's a little bit of kissing, a little bit of touching in the smoke. Mingovi will find two as he comes out of it. Mingovi will do a fair bit of damage as well after motion. And Ruffleco, the last two standing. As DXA went for a pop flash. I tried to at least set up for a pop flash through that smoke. It's KZG all of a sudden. Looking like they'll have themselves looking like they're going to have themselves a sixth. Just based off the Mingovi 2K. And Hassie picking up another in-apps. KZG have had themselves a pretty clean round here as DXA back to their VP ways. It looks as if we're going to be seeing a save. Unless we want to see a bit of B action, potentially. Motions at least having a bit of a look. Ruffleco with that AWP. Still nothing to gawk at. Flashes to come out through new box. Smokes to hit motion and block that CT smoke. Estate's going to be able to find it. It's just a huge fumble. A massive fumble from DXA so far. Ruffleco will find one. The hunt's on for the AWP. He legs him eventually. Can't get it done with a pistol. Oh no, for Ruffleco. The walls were closing in. The pistol can't get the job done. And Ruffleco falls with that AWP. For KZG at the current moment, they're having themselves an absolute field day here. In the pre-game, we spoke about how this map was pretty much KZG's to lose, and it looks like they're not letting that opportunity slip. Going to see Motion at least find one. Estate's going to get himself, well, let's say the second. No, Jinxie got the other one. But with an early pick towards that top mid presence, eventually the rotations will come back over towards the A site, leaving Hazzy by himself. That single AWP over on B. But DXA at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to be having, you know, a little bit of a look here towards this A side. Estate's going to be able to find one. Wanting to at least look at least for a little bit for a second. Motion will fall. The boost beats him. And it's all going to be down to Lucas. Yet again, another 1v4. For a DXA player. And for Lucas here, I think economic damage is kind of the aim. He can take down Jinxie, takes down some mooks. At least let them try and fight, but Samooks doesn't give him the opportunity to. KZG will pick themselves up 7 here. At the moment, KZG they're looking almost unstoppable, unbeatable at the moment, but Motion begs to differ, finds himself 2. The quick pop on towards that B site. Giving over 2 guns and giving over complete map control to DXA. The pop flash goes through, but Hassie at least finds himself 1. The rifles looking to try and get a fair bit of damage in through for themselves. Another smoke does go up. Mingovi wanting a fight. The flash misses, but he still goes after it. We're going to be seeing Hassie going down. Samook's the last man standing. Will at least find 1, but still has 3 to find. That smoke does get blown away. Samook's found by Ruffleco, and for DXA, that's probably the best sort of outcome that they can have in a half like this, to be able to pick themselves up a 4th. You force, you know, you give yourselves the opportunity to at least come back in towards this final round of the half. We can see DXA pick themselves up 5. Like, it wouldn't be a completely lost half. It definitely has been a rough half for DXA, because even though that scoreline is close, you know, we saw DXA save like 4 times in a row because they just weren't able to crack on towards a bomb site. The moment they got themselves that opening pick, you know, it looked as if they had a completely different ball game on their hands at the current moment. Keo, he's going to be blocked off by his own teammate. Can't quite see that cross. That nade's going to come in from Hassie and do a significant chunk of damage to the AWP. The flash comes through. The nades will come in. Mingovi under fire. Some mooks will drop a nade down. It looks as if that rotation to B is on its way, and the B players, no utility between the both of them. This is where it'll be difficult. DXA, bunch up in towards that bottom banana area. Estate will be the first one to see this, and he does. Immediately leaves. They know both are here, and they both go hunting for the kills. The rotation is already going to be on its way. could even potentially see Lucas go down in that mid-fight there. Keo finds himself one. Jinxie at least able to get himself a pick, but the rotation for that B site a little bit too late as Ruffleco takes advantage, gets himself a second. So Mook's waiting for that lurk. Mingovi with the AWP sort of realizes, hey, might be a little time to save, but it is the last round of the half. We see Keo being able to find himself that first pick. Mingovi posted up on that line, will actually find himself one, sprayed down a little bit through those smokes. As it's time for Mingotvi. That bomb still ticking slowly, slowly, slowly. And Mingotvi, can you believe it? Eventually falls to Rocky. I had faith in him. A 7-5 scoreline at that half. We've seen Ruffleco have himself a lot of impact frags in this one. You know, and he's up the top of that DXA leaderboard for a reason. Having himself 7 kills, and KZG really sort of relying on those individual efforts. We saw Hazzy have himself, you know, how many 2Ks from that AWP. We saw Samooks being able to hold down a lot of that control over towards that A site. Even if it wasn't directly him, he was still putting a lot of pressure on towards that DXAT side. Mingovi being an all-around menace. You know, he just does what he does best. Estate and Jinxie, they did so much damage on that B hold. It was incredible. DXA, they really had struggles sort of getting stuff going. But a 4-man B stack, leaving Ruffleco by himself. Over towards B is KZG. Look to take advantage of a Ruffleco who's very lonely. And, you know, I think it's a... Oh no, he can't get that smoke out quick enough. He'll end up going down. That's the B control completely gone. That rotation's actually going to be quite quick. As we do see KZG break on towards that B site. We'll take it with a fair amount of ease at the moment. Eventually that CT smoke does start to come through. KZG, they're going to be in the 4v5 retake here. As that bomb eventually falls. Rocky will lead the charge in towards this site. 3-man church retake, my apologies, comes through. Lucas, Motion, Rocky, they're finding kills. Hassie to at least get another here. Motion and Rocky find themselves one apiece. It's all going to be down to Samooks. Eventually that bomb continues to be tapped. Samooks just needs to stay alive because the bomb's still ticking. Samooks will find one, can't get the trade. Oh, Lucas gets the trade, my apologies. That bomb will be defused. Rocky gets 2 kills and a defusal. And for DXA at the current moment, a wonderful piece of CS from Rocky there. Getting himself too, able to at least fight back into that retake as Util does come through and KZG feel the brunt of it. Ruffleco, our beloved leader. If you're a DXA fan, like myself. I don't know if you know this, but I can actually call Ruffleco by his first name because we're cool like that. Yeah, I know pro players. It's not that big of a deal. That Molotov will actually come through. Everyone blind. I don't know if anybody can see at the current moment, but it looks as if Ruffleco's still shooting straight. Eventually, it's just going to continue to be complete chaos on that B site. A firefight turns into a dog pile, turns into a scrap, turns into Mingovi by himself on 10 points of health, and DXA looking like they're at least going to be able to tie it up, picking themselves 7 here. Emotion will seal the deal. DXA pick themselves up a 7th, and they're starting their second half strong with the first 2 of the half. For KZG at the current moment, you know, there's a fair bit of pressure that's being put on KZG now. It's still sort of going back towards that T-sidedness. Ruffleco An aggressive play nets him an early kill. Jinxie going down and... Well, I mean... At least the trade does come through from Samooks taking out Keo and... At least going to have Motion still fearing the repercussions of allowing so much space to be had here. We could even have Hassie pushing through that smoke. Not quite yet, maybe, man. Eventually it does come through and Mingovi. Yet again, that last man standing. Will get caught at least on the cross and... Now DXA start to slowly turn into greyhounds as they start to hunt for this kill. Mingovi's just a small whittle wabbit. You wouldn't hurt a whittle wabbit, would you? Lucas definitely would. Lucas definitely would. Lucas is extremely violent in nature. Lucas is extremely violent in his nature. And you can just tell from that. The jumping MP9 pick. Nothing more violent than someone who's got a jumping MP9. That AWP from Keo goes bang early on. We see the nade stack actually catch out of state. As Keo will spot another down in towards that bottom mid area of the map. 2 early kills for DXA to at least open this one. And KZG already on the back foot. And here's where Lucas becomes a very important member of DXA. Will get dropped, however. This is where Jinxie on this lurk could potentially catch out Keo and Will Motion. He's going to be left by himself. And the A site will fall for KZG. The 3-on-5 turns to a 3v3. Especially for Rocky here. If he can at least find one, it makes life so much easier, and he will, but Motion eventually taken out as well. It's going to be Ruffleko by himself. Will at least catch the timing onto Mingovi. Does have to deal with the presence of Samooks and can't quite best him. KZG tie it back up with 8s in their first round of this second half. We'll see the AWP recovered. DXA dropped their first round over on the CT side. A fair bit of cash brought up as well, so you can't be too upset. If you're a DXA fan. But now it just comes down to a timeout to try and split the difference with KZG being the ones to kill it. As the sirens go off on Inferno, you'd imagine that both these teams... Jinx's game just started. Hey man, you can't disrespect my boy James like that. That's not fair. Do it again. Do it again. Yeah. Yeah, I call Jinxie by his first name because I know pros like that in real life. Those pickups, the latest slacking. He's just having troubles adjusting to the system. He's just having trouble adjusting, that's all. It's just a different system. He's gone from Hudson to Mingovi. It'll take 4 months minimum. Still don't know how I feel about the nade lineup Rectical. I still don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I like it or not. What do we think in chat? Like, what are our thoughts on it? Keo's got a fair bit of work to do here on beat. Because it looks as if we're going to see KZG gearing up for that banana take. Keo won't put any pressure on the banana fight at all. He's actually called off his rotations from A. It looks as if DXA are convinced it's going to be an A hit. But with Util coming down, Keo needs to stand strong here. Picks up that first potential here for a second. With that AWP going bang, it will at least get a tag. Estates there, however, to at least deal back the blow and 10 times bigger. Will take down the lone AWPer in the back of that B side as Rufflecoat at least gets that tag on the Hassie. 2 AWPs defending B. We are going to eventually see Hassie go down to Lucas's molly. Jinxie finds himself 2. Potential for a 3rd here, but Samooks helps him out. Motion, the last man standing. I wouldn't be surprised if he completely backs away here, but KZG have just left the site. Motion can only do the same as KZG will take the lead back. At least we see that A4 recovered, and for DXA, the pistols will have to come back out. KZG should be quite comfortable in picking themselves up at 10th round. We see a heavy B stack. As Mingovi sees the pin set up at the end of the bowling alley. Lines him up, takes him down. A little bit of nade damage as well to help out on top of that, as Mingovi's at least staring at his teammate just a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty cute. I'll give him that. It's pretty cute to at least look your teammate in the eyes and say, no, I want you to get the money bonus with the SMG. It's so cute, so romantic. It's a love story in the making, some would say. At least gonna see Jinxie hunting down with that SMG. Will find himself another 2. Another 2k to be picked up there by Jinxie, the latest addition to the KZG lineup, who apparently has been slacking. I don't know who would ever say that about my GOAT, but apparently some have. Motion will at least take down Mingovi, so a little bit of damage after the whistle. As KZG will pick themselves up 10, DXA. We'll call the timeout here. Their money's in a bit of a weird spot. They're sitting at about that $4.5 grand mark. They can sort of full buy with go half util, then go half armor, get themselves an A1S with half utility, or for some of them, they can potentially even go FAMAS, get full util, maybe even an MP9 in there. I wouldn't be completely shocked if we see full M4s with lesser util. It's sort of what the situation's calling for at the moment. DXA aren't doing all too much damage with their utility in terms of their nades and their mollies. Their smokes have had a lot more effect and a lot more impact in this game. It's just allowed them to have a little bit more space and a little bit more cushion. And the rounds that they've won are the ones where they've sort of given themselves a little bit more cushion and forced KZG to take more space than I think they've needed to, or more space than I think they would otherwise be given. And for an early molly to come through, Motion will at least find one before being traded away. As Hassie will find himself a pick with that AWP. Lucas is going to be the man. Buys lonesome over towards 8. KZG leave that second mid fight. Lucas will be able to call it clear, but now it's just going to be Rocky by himself on beat. As KZG do throw a bit of util over towards that A site. Rocky will have, I think, best case scenario, he'll need to pick up 2 here. Actually, does get that rotation from Rufflecoat. Rufflecoat's read it quite well, but Mingovi's caught out that push from Lucas, It'll force Roffelko to play a little bit more passive over towards B. As Mingovi will start to take the space. The two IGLs, yet again, going to be battling it out for it. And Mingovi actually catches out Roffelko. They're going to be able to call A clear, as Rocky will have to get that long migration going. KZG have a free A site. And Rocky could be on for a save here. The plan will go down. There's going to be nothing they can do about it. I wouldn't be surprised if we even have a timeout after this one here. A huge round from KZG. They're able to withhold a lot of that second mid pressure. Get themselves sort of big fights. Win big fights. Especially that motion trade was huge. We saw that the mid presence that was shown after that second mid fight was taken was very well fought off. Lucas immediately going down when he wanted to get aggressive through mid. Pretty big. We're going to see Rocky burnt out into the fight. He needs the kill. Will eventually get it. KZG won't be able to take away this M4 from DXA, as Rocky will be able to catch it through and towards the next. KZG had DXA a little bit scared there, but the 8-11 scoreline. This round will pretty much decide the game. DXA lose this, they don't really have the money to be able to come back and sort of defend match point properly. Flashes, mollies, you name it, it's been thrown. There's a kitchen sink somewhere at car. Rocky's under fire here, literally. There's more util will go up. More smokes will go out in towards that top banana area of the map. But KZG have all of the banana control in the world. Nades will go through. Estate and Roffelko both take damage in the traded nades. The boost will go up. More Molotovs will go through. Rocky's going to burn. Roffelko's going to burn. The utility usage for both of these teams has been next to fantastic, and it's even going to be that A hit that we should be expecting. Smokes will be traded as they try to allow Estate a little bit of space. The A util does eventually come down. And the call's going to be just rotate A, boys. Don't care about B. Let Estate have his room. Keo will be caught with his back turned towards short. Will take a fair bit of damage. Smoke's going down. Nades in towards the site. Lucas has taken a fair bit of damage. Keo as well. Rocky, however, still finding kills. Roffelko needs at least one, but Hassie, Samooks have different plans. They're going to find themselves one apiece. Estate will get in on the action on that long lurk. There's Lucas and Rocky. Well, now it's just Rocky as Samooks will find himself a second of the round. The rifle won't even be able to be saved. Estate's going to be able to find that final pick. A 12-8 scoreline. It's KZG staring down the barrel of a 1-0 start here in this series. Rocky will be able to buy in. Keo, my apology, has immediately gone M4 armor. Roffelko will do the same. Lucas will probably be on an MP9 with armor, maybe a little bit of util. And for DXA at the current moment, they're either going to be staring down the barrel of a loss or overtime, and I don't know what's scarier for DXA. If we see the return of overtime esports, I'd be very upset here. As we see that B push come through, Rocky's going to at least find two. This could be the kickstart that DXA do need. There's more util will go out. Jinxie will find himself tagged quite heavily. Mingovi, on the other hand, at least doesn't even get to stay alive to see the fight all the way through. Jinxie on 3 points of health. Samooks trying to find himself at least a little bit of room to work with. All the way in bracket as Banana completely taken. Flushed out by DXA. If we see Jinxie goes down, if we do see him go down, he does have the bomb. And it looks as if the call's going to be, hey, see if you can get to B here, Jinxie. But motion holding his escape. The Samooks at least will have that B site control. He just doesn't quite know it yet. DXA never backed out fully of Banana. Looks as if the possibility is being considered here by Motion. So Mooks will at least find one. Ruffleco, however, comes up with two himself. A 3K for DXA's IGL. Looking to try and steal back a little bit of momentum. Could the curse of overtime esports strike again? Man, I don't know if I can deal with overtime right now, to be honest, chat. I don't know if I can deal with overtime. I don't know if I want to deal with overtime. Be honest here, chat. I'll be honest here. Overtime as a concept scares me. I don't think I've ever been more scared of a concept than overtime. Hassie, at least trying to save me from my fears, as he does get himself that opening pick. DXA, they're looking to try and desperately find at least something back. But Rocky, the catalyst of that last round, hits the deck quite early on here. And with a lot of this mid presence being slowly taken, the smoke's coming down onto 8. The B push coming through. What's going to leave Rufflecoat to be the hero the DXA needs so desperately. Looks as if a single smoke is just going to leave a state there by themselves. They've got 3 to deal with over on 8. That nade stack comes through on Pip. Doesn't quite hit the mark. State v Ruffleco on one side of the map, and a 3v4 between DXA and KZG on the other. And that rotation's actually going to come through for KZG. Going to draw away that rotation. It's going to be Lucas. It's going to be Motion over on this A side to try and hold the line, hold the fort. Motion will at least find one. Ruffleco on the other side of the map, however, does fall. Jinxie to try and find himself a kill. Will eventually get it done. Keo finds one. Lucas finds 2, and it's huge for DXA. Lucas with the MP9 crowned the hero, and he'll finish the job with a 3rd. KZG had left it to the last second and tempted Lucas with the idea of being the hero. And Lucas, a day after his birthday, at the prime age of like 14 or something, he looks that young, let's be real here, gets himself a massive 3K to keep DXA in the game. And here's where the pendulum starts to shift. Here's where the pendulum does start to slowly shift towards DXA a tiny bit. So we do start to see a little bit of that apartments take coming through. Eventually, U2 will come out. Lucas trained on that angle. He was the hero last time. Is he going to be the hero this time? Looks as if he won't even get the opportunity. Mingovi and Samooks will eventually walk away from that fight. They don't want none of it. They don't want to tussle with Lucas. But Ruffleco and Rocky will at least be tussled with. Motion will be able to at least find himself one. As State's going to try and entry in towards his B side alone. His teammates have left him for dead, but he doesn't need them. As State at least gets himself a second. And here's where the A side completely starts to open up. Mingovi will find Lucas, and KZG will at least get that plant down. The 3v2 coming through. Smokes to go up through Moto. Bad smoke. A massive gap for Keo to work with. The time starts to slowly tick away. Ruffleco, Keto, both are going to be tagged. It's going to be down to Ruffleco. We can't do all too much about it. And KZG will win this first map. A 1-0 start. I love frame rate issues so much. A 1-0 start coming through. It's KZG. Finally get to finish it off. Thank God. I was getting bored over here having to watch DXA win. I was getting bored. It's ridiculous. But DXA, you know, a great fight back. We had individual efforts that we were sort of missing in that first half of DXA come through and be able to finish it off. Huge win for KZG right then and there. It's sort of the wins they were needing. It's the type of things that I think we'll get a little bit of their confidence up, especially as we head in towards this second map. If it's something that's a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more close to home for KZG, I wouldn't be completely surprised if KZG are going to be able to sort of work their way up and through whatever's going to be happening. Depending on what the second map is, we'll have a quick look at it. And if anyone can guess what it is in chat, I'll VIP ya. I'll VIP ya. Pay me out? Okay, just for that, Tito, you're getting banned. Alright. Monitor did get it, so Monitor will get the VIP. I feel like E6 should get involved on that. I feel like E6 should get involved in that. Our second map's going to be coming right up. It is Vertigo, and this is one where I'm actually quite excited. I'm a little bit excited for Vertigo, man. This is where DXA can definitely sort of fight their way back in. I'm very happy about KZG winning that first map at least, because it means I get to pay out all of the beautiful people in the Twitch chat who voted for KZG and voted for the spreadsheet boy. Can you believe it? They like spreadsheets over there. Yuck. Touch grass. Ridiculous. Some would say. I would say. Actually, I would say. I would say. Touch grass, Tito. Vertigo. It's Ruffleco's map. It's Ruffleco's domain. This is where Ruffleco comes to shine. As, we'll at least wait for the warm-up. We might even jab. Who wants to lose all of the frames in the world? Who wants to lose all of the flames? Who wants to lose all of the frames in the world? As I cut to the ticker for the break. Because I need to get a little bit of Monster as I play Face It and support the US Air Force. I have to do the sponsor read chat. That Monster taste. I absolutely love it on my Intel PC. And I love gambling with 1xBet. Right, that's all the ad read's done. Oh, I love shipping my gambling winnings directly to my front door with DHL. There we go. That's the ad read done. Thank God. I love ad reads. We'll get another prediction going. We got a little bit of chat gamba, because everyone loves a bit of chat gamba. So for the second map, Vertigo, our map, KZG taking on DXA. In case you've forgotten what those lineups do look like. I'll show them to you, Jabba. Oh, pardon me. I'll show them to you, Jeb. These are the lineups if you're just joining us here after that first game. Vertigo is going to be our map, and this is Ruffleco's domain. This is where Fred again, X99, can really come off the handlebars and do something very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous thing for KZG to pick into, I'll be honest. But we will have ourselves a little bit of a quick break. We will be right back. Vertigo, our second map. We'll see KZG taking on DXA. Chat, I hope you like cookies. I hope you like cookies, chap. We dropped to 18 frames during that last section. Oh, brother. I'm going to have a strongly worded email to someone about this. Look, dude, I just work here. It will be KZG taking on DXA. We do have ourselves a bit of a cheeky timeout, so it will allow me to at least fix something that I've been trying to fix. At least fixing something I've wanted to fix since I noticed it in round 2 of last game. And it gives me the Oh, my frames are dropping. I can't believe it, chat. Are you excited as I am? I can't wait to reach 22 frames during our next transition, but that's okay. Frames are dropping. You know what isn't dropping? My hope in DXA. As Estate's going to be the one to take on that ramp fight, and I got a feeling he didn't like what he saw as we see DXA completely take all of the control in the world, and that bomb will eventually get planted. The 5v5 retake comes through, and Govi will at least have fights coming in. Ruffleco will be traded out, the 4v4. So that bomb's still planted. We're going to see Motion finding 1. Estate's going to find himself 3 here. As it's Lucas and Rocky. 2 absolutely dangerous men here in the server. Smoke goes down on the bomb. Rocky can't do anything about it. This bomb's going to be defused. The KZG are going to win pistol. KZG will. The knife attempt goes astray. Rocky runs out of bullets but doesn't die. And DXA, unfortunately, unable to capitalize off the fast start. This KZG start off with a bang. They get themselves pistol. We're going to be seeing MP9s coming their way. Estate's going to get himself an M4 as a result of his 3 kills. 3 Galils, 3 Galils, an AK, and a Mac 10 coming through for DXA. It looks as if Estate does have his work cut out for him yet again. Completely blind off the pop. Mingovi has a fair bit of work to do, but that push coming in from Ruffleco isn't stopping. The Ruffle train goes straight through Mingovi, but can't beat Estate. As Hassie will eventually fall elsewhere on that map. This is minorly dangerous, I think, for KZG. Potentially just inconvenient as smokes do go through. Still a minute to play, but they are a man down. As Rocky is still alive, I'm pretty sure KZG would prefer it not to be like that. No offense, Rocky. You know I love you. I did start off the broadcast by saying I haven't watched many of Rocky's games recently. Love you, Rocky. We'll now see at least that rotation coming over towards B. So Mook's curious as to the idea, but KZG definitely wanting to just try and hold on to that A side, and with Motion falling, courtesy of Jinxie, the mid fight will come through. Samooks will be dinked. That nade will have to come in, but that B side belongs all to DXA. 20 seconds left on the clock. The rotation won't be quick enough to stop the plan, as Lucas will put those digits in. Oh, beautiful. The boy can care. Can you believe it? It looks as if the Sage is just going to come through for KZG. I don't know, blaming them. The money in a bit of a odd spot. As actually, you know what we'll do, because they're saving. We're gonna fly over here. We're gonna do what they do on the big time. Where they're just like, not that quickly, but like, you know what I mean. We're just gonna watch the bomb explode because I think that'd be cool. Can you believe it, chat? We finally got to watch a bomb explode without getting hurt. Huge, some would say. Huge, some would say. Some would say it's a good day to be a big fan of footy. See that nade stack come through. The fight's coming in. Estate will at least find one. Does have to get away through a molly. Eventually gets through it. He's a strong man. And he can get through anything. He has the power of friendship or something. I don't remember the line. Still that ramp progress. Definitely halting DXA. A lot of their work at the current moment. Keo with that bomb on his back. Nearly actually hits the wall bank. Vertigo was trying everything in his mind to just sort of visualize where a KZG CT player is. The fight does come through. Motion will at least find one. Make it a second for Motion as he goes down. As Keo will at least be mollied away from that plant. 30 seconds to go. The rotation will be allowed. More util, more Molotovs denying the bomb plant for DXA. Keo clearly getting frustrated. That flash will come out over the top. Jinxie will be caught out as eventually, finally, the plant will be stuck. No more Molotovs to distort the plant this time as Estate will be the last man standing. Smokes all the way up and Rocky knocks Estate down. DXA will pick themselves up a second. As DXA, they've been able to fight their way back, especially after winning that second round. A really important round for them. After the KZG save, and now the KZG economy in the bin. In the trash early on. Almost like me. But DXA will look to at least sort of build on this lead. You'd hope that the Pistols don't have any more room than I think they should. Oh, this is not a good start. Estate will get the opening pick. Estate's on 7 kills, by the way. He's on 6 more kills than the rest of his team combined. So that's a bit of a cheeky fun fact for those of you who can count. I definitely can't. And a bit of B presence will start to be shown. Like, Motion, he'll need at least a... Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Please, OCA. I haven't had my coffee this morning. Can we please get a little bit of normality? Thank you, Keo and Rocky. Jesus. What's up with dying to pistols these days? DXA clean up against the pistol. The pistol lack of buy, I guess, from KZG. Eventually the rifles will come through. DXA getting themselves a third. And Rifle v Rifle round coming right up. Live on your televisions. Or in Jaden's case, his own personal television. If you're all at Jaden's house, it could be on Jaden's television. Could potentially be happening. Could be happening, Chad. We don't quite know, man. Now the B-hold will need to be called into action. Samook's blind as a bat. Jinxie at least gets a tag, but at the end of the day, it's not all too much. The rotation for KZG has to come through. DXA will force away KZG from that B site, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of a hunt coming through, especially from Keo. He's been feeling it, at least in this first sort of half here. The save will come through for KZG. Estate's under fire here, holding in that Stewie line. We're going to see Hassie Estate at least find themselves a kill apiece. There could be free AKs if they're ballsy enough to go out there. Everyone pull up to McLiddy's house. You get to watch it on the big screens. You get to watch it on the TV. It's like being at a LAN. DXA pick themselves up a fourth. KZG, they at least keep 3 rifles in, being able to supplement Mingovi and I think it was Jinxie who died. I think it was. Oh, it was some Mooks and Jinxie actually. My apologies. The timeout being called for DXA. I don't really know why they've called one, to be completely honest with you. They've got a lot of the momentum at the moment. You're calling this timeout. You're stopping a momentum. You're stopping the momentum just a little bit. Maybe there's something that Rofco wants to tweak, but like for DXA at the moment, you've got all the momentum in here. You can't be calling that timeout now and, you know, sort of allowing some of that momentum to fade away. You got KZG on the ropes at the moment, especially starting off on this T side. Especially for a T side start, this is interesting for DXA. I'm seeing a little bit of mid control quite early on. We're actually going to see Jinxie get himself that early kill. Rocky will go down. Jinxie will burn just a tiny bit, and it's going to try and invite Roffelko to take on the fight. He's feeling confident. He's feeling good about himself, but in the end of the day, how good can you feel about yourself if you don't have any self-belief? Roffelko, not a man short on self-belief, but Jinxie, I think he's full of self-belief, to be completely honest with you, and that's probably a good thing, because he gets himself a 2k to at least open up this round, give KZG their best shot. Trying to fight through some of this control as we finally see that bomb heading over towards that A site. Keo will slowly drop away, motion holding an aggressive line on towards that short angle. It looks as if that rotation is going to be quick coming in from Jinxie. Util will eventually start to come through. It's the man who's sort of been on fire for KZG. Estate's going to be the first victim. Keo will find himself a second. Keo absolutely on fire, and KZG are terrified. Jinxie, I think he found Lucas in that molly, but the plant still goes down and the clock's still ticking. Keo, a costly miss as motion will fall at the same time. DXA will give up their second, will give up a second round to KZG. I could hear Tito's voice in the back of my mind, seeing the result of map 1. What's Tito's voice like? It's like, oh, bro. What's Tito's voice like? Oh, gee. Yeah, that's mad, G. Oh, gee. Oh, bro, check out this spreadsheet. Look what I can do in Excel, bro. I don't know. That's definitely not Tito's voice. Wait, it's close enough. It's on KZG's plate. Yeah. Well, that's actually KZG's good luck charm. If KZG has Tito at the pub, they play insanely well. The State will find himself another pick, and KZG looks like they've finally kicked out Tito to the pub, as they're playing some good Counter-Strike at the moment. Roffelko, the last man standing for DXA. If someone can tell me what beer Tito's drinking at the current moment, it'll probably be some mocktail, or it'll be on the slaps. Like, that's what it'll be. It'll be on the mocktail, on the slaps, and it'll be like an apple strawberry, like, with fake non-alcoholic vodka cocktail or something that you look at it on the menu and you're like, why would I ever order that in my life? It sounds disgusting. And then it comes out, it's actually quite a nice drink, but it's like, why would you order it in the first place, Tito? What's going on, man? Are you okay? But yep, KZG picked themselves up a third. Most expensive cocktail they have. Is that what he's ordered? Oh, that's right. He's got the KZG card tonight. He took it from Jaden. KZG card gets anything Tito wants on the menu. Tito wants, Tito gets. It's the KZG rules. Should I call Tito on stream and ask him what he's drinking at the pub? Because I can do that. Would it be content? Yes. Would it be funny? 100% yes. Should I do it? No. Because if I call Tito, then like, he's gonna say my address. They're yapping at Google Maps. They're definitely trying to find my home address. The state will find Keo, however. Speaking of finding home addresses, the boost here for Lucas should potentially even put a fair bit of pressure up on DXA. Mingovi will find motion on that swing, and it's all going to be down to Lucas. So Mingovi will finish that job. Lucas has like a little bit of a graceful fall off that top box. But KZG have had themselves a good fight back here. Should I chat? Do I call Tito and tell him to do I call Tito and tell him to watch the game that his team is playing in? Because I feel like it would be very funny to do. I feel like it should be something that I'm legally required to do, if you know what I mean. There's well, it's going to be a big push from DXA as Keo at least starts it off with a bang, finding himself that first kill. Estate now has to try and deal with the consequences of Mingovi's death. Finds himself two. Hassi gets another, but Rocky eventually comes out with a big kill himself. Lucas at least trying to get it started as he's going to be the last man alive. And AK recovered, but Hassi with that AWP finds himself 3. Call me on Discord, I call him on Snap. I have him on Snap. You know, for some reason he thinks I'm a big deal, so I'm just going to call him on Snap. Next time out, I will call Tito. Mon, get your boys to call a timeout so I can call Tito. So, that's the terms and conditions have been set. We need the timeout. I don't have you on Snap, what's up with that? I don't use it often. I literally use it for 3 people, and that's Tito. Because I have his alts as well, his dealing accounts. No, that is a joke. Tito does not deal. Doyle's my dealer. We'll see Molotov's at least coming through. Trying to put a fair bit of pressure on the KZG defense. So we will see a big push. Rocky, Keo finding themselves one apiece. Estate will eventually get himself at least one back, but the plant will go down. And now slowly DXA have to try and control this bomb site, something they've had a little bit of trouble with so far in this one. Mingovi will at least find one. That whole wraparound coming in through ramp will at least open up the site. Mingovi does go down, but Roffelko will have 2 backs turned to him. Gets up on top of that box. That bomb will be stuck. As we will see Roffelko find both and DXA pick up 5. I think after a round like that, we need to call Tito. He just hung up on me. What an arsehole. Tito, I'm just trying to check out what you're looking at on Google Maps, brother. Come to the DXA Discord. We will see Keo opening up with a big pick. Hassi will at least get one back, but Rocky does find another for his troubles as Hassi eventually falls. That orb can only do so much magic. Magic mentioned. Now it's going to be Jinxie Samooks to try and hold the line as some mooks falls. Jinxie over on the other side of the map stands tall, taking down Rocky, but now a 1v3. And it looks as if the save is going to come in. And for DXA at the current moment, if they can get themselves 6 on their T side, this could be an absolute Ruffleco masterclass. It's actually looking like it's a Keo masterclass. This is vintage Keo. Right here is what we're seeing, chat. Vintage Keo. 100 ADR, 10 kills, 7 deaths. He's absolutely balling right now. Estate on the other side. For KZG, he's what, 144 ADR with 16 kills? Like, he's single-handedly keeping that KZG team together. No wonder they kicked KZXL for that guy. There's a state, Hazzy will both sort of be taken down a fair bit by a lot of util. Some mooks will be caught out. We're going to see Rocky find a state. Jinxie over on this B site will at least get one. Util will start to come through. Keo on that AWP. It's vintage Keo right now. Remember, he's like 8 Pepsis deep right now. I can just feel it. I can feel it. Keo's like 8 Pepsis deep. He's in the flow state. We're going to see Lucas find Jinxie. It's all down to Mingovi to try and salvage this half for KZG. Yeah, Keo's in the flow state at the moment. This is absurd Counter-Strike we're seeing from that young man. He literally just hasn't stepped a foot wrong. It's been good Counter-Strike. 8 Pepsis, is that deep? He's 8 Pepsis deep, minimum. Minimum. He's in the flow state right now. Oh, it's 9 now. It's 9. He's just had another. Keo is 9 Pepsis deep. Pepsi Maxes, my apologies. 9 Pepsi Maxes deep. He is electric right now. The half comes to an end. DXA win their T side to 5-7. Call it deep cardiovascular disease. Look, it's Pepsi Max, so it's not that bad. It's Pepsi Max, it's not that bad. Because it's Pepsi Max, it's less sugar. It's Pepsi Max, it's less sugar. Bro pulled out the big words. Police cordial. I'm drinking that Monster because I love the taste of Monster so much. Big thank you to sponsor to the sponsor of ECL Monster. They're my favorite drink that I've ever had in my life. I don't drink anything else, not even water. All I drink is Monster. Mingovi falls motion in the flames. We'll be able to at least find one. We're going to see Ruffleco getting himself a pick over towards B, but the A site will look to fall. The plan will go down. Nothing will be able to stop it here as KZG will at least look to try and at least defend this site. We're going to be seeing Lucas at least finding one, but it's all going to be down to Keo. Keo in the flow state is very, very dangerous here. Ooh, can't find anything. KZG will pick up 6, win that pistol. The Mango Loco Monsters. I actually had someone walk up to me the other day. I was hanging out with my beloved wife. And one of her co-workers, because I was hanging out with her at work, one of her co-workers walked up to her and went, "Do you drink Monster?" And she was like, "No, but Flam does." And I was like, "Yeah, I drink Monster." And her co-worker pretty much looked me up and down and just went, "Yeah, you look like the Monster type," and then walked off. And I was like, "Excuse me? Excuse me? What do you mean I look like the Monster type? Do I look like the type of person that likes a delicious beverage? What? Of course I love a delicious beverage." I look like a Kyle? That's more offensive. That is more offensive than I look like the type. I look like a Kyle. That's the only reason you can't see my drywall clearly, is because there are so many holes. So many holes in the drywall. Actually, we're in the pause. We should call Tito and see what he thinks about this game. Oh, they've just gone live. I'll still call Tito anyway. Where's my snapback? Actually, do you want me to go get a snapback? I will go get a snapback. And so then when I come back on camera, you'll see the snapback. And I'll be like, dead. You know, I feel like I could do that, potentially. But the 7-6 scoreline, as we see the Pistols coming back out for DXA. It's actually going to be a few SMGs in there as well. We could potentially see DXA cooking as Rufflecoat starting to lead the charge. The type of energy that Radiate can only be described as a monster consumer. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I assume it's not. Estate gets rid of Ruffleco, our fearless leader. Keo will be taken down. Rocky to join him. Smotion will be the last man standing. KZG will at least get that plant down. 100% confirmed. Estate to do the honors. He's on 19 kills after the first half. Hassie will at least go down. Motion not going down without a fight. As looks as if the chase is going to be on here for KZG. Motion will at least find himself another Jinxie to fall, and Mingovi will be looking for the fight. Mingovi will win it. So Mingovi put 2 of his pawns in before he was like, alright, gentlemen, I'll show you how it's done. 7-7 the scoreline. KZG, they're looking good at the moment. They're shaped up for a pretty good second half, these boys. And after that first half, you'd imagine that's what they'd be happy, or at least hoping for, at a minimum. Because, like, while it's still a very close sort of half on paper, you know, it was still a very DXA-dominated first half. We're going to be seeing that pistol come out there for Motion. That's Eagle. Well, it's working a little bit like my Deagle. It's working like my Deagle at the moment as Mingovi will be granted the kill. KZG will be granted the B site, and it looks as if we will be calling Tito. Heard of that? Tito? We'll be calling Tito to get his opinion on that game. He's hung up on me again. I don't think Tito likes me. Fuck off. Tito, I need you to be my color commentator, Tito. It would be funny. Tito, it would be funny, Tito. I need you to tell me what the KZG boys are feeling at the moment. Because I want to get in their heads. KZG win, DXA lose. That's why he's the GOAT. That's why he's the GOAT color commentator, chat. That's why he's the GOAT color commentator. That is why he's the GOAT. Sponge, get him out of here. Henry G, get him out of here. Tito. Tito, my GOAT. Tito, my GOAT. We are going to see early Util coming down, and Hassie will have to deal with a lot of this ramp presence. Quant drags finally is in his prime. We are going to be seeing Fred, no, not Fred again. We're going to see Ruffleco Motion finding themselves one apiece. Estate and Hassie, however, at least leveling the playing field just a tiny bit, as Ruffleco still in towards his B side will at least get himself one more. The B side eventually fully lost to KZG. We're going to see Lucas eventually fall. Is the trade going to be there for Keo? It isn't. It's all down to Ruffleco, who will at least find a tag on Mingovi. Hasn't this been a duel? Mingovi v Ruffleco has pretty much been the big fight of all fights for this game, and Mingovi will come out on top. KZG will pick themselves up a 9th round, and for DXA, it was probably their best opportunity. The hell is this land buff? We are going to see Samooks at least finding one. Ruffleco to fall, Rocky to join him. And the pistol buy here. Oh, we do have a Zeus in plate. Do have a Zeus in plate. Go on, Keo, son. Go on, son. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no! Mingovia will get the kill, and it'll just be down to motion by himself. I wanted that Zeus kill so bad. I feel like I needed that Zeus kill. I feel like if Keo got a Zeus there, it would have solved world hunger, and Mingovia just caused more world hunger, so... If you're starving, thank Mingovia. Mingovia caused world hunger, chat. Remember that. Remember that, chat, though. Remember that, chat. Oh, I need to get a snapback, don't I? I'm gonna quickly get a... Oh, actually, I don't know. When do I get my snapback? I'm so hungry. Thank you, Mingovia. Yeah, it's all Mingovia's fault if you are hungry at the current moment. It is all his fault. Remember that, Chad. We will see. Slowly, at least, a little bit of ramp presence to be taken, a little bit more mid presence to be taken. Mingovia takes a backseat in this one quite early on here. Jinxie will at least look to try and find a kill. Rocky is going to be able to get that kill, whoever to open up the account. It's good stuff from Rocky there, but Estate's found a timing up through short. No one's going to check him as of yet. Keo hasn't quite spotted him here, and Estate is eventually going to be found. Keo eventually makes up for the timing. But still, that ramp presence owned by KZG at the current moment. Jinxie and Hassie. He's going to be having a little bit of pressure put on them. After the attempt to plant, we're going to see Jinxie finding one. The trade does come through, and that's a precarious situation because that bomb has dropped mid-sight. Motion will be able to find two. DXA's old man comes out on top, finding himself a cheeky 2k to get DXA in 8th. KZG now. Still, there's so much reliance on Estate to be getting kills at this point of the game. We've seen KZG slowly sort of build themselves back into it, but there's still so much pressure on Estate to be that individual to stand up and make a play. For DXA on the other side of the map, you know, there's a little bit more sharing in terms of the workload. You know, we see Keo on 13, Ruffleco's on 12, Rocky's on 13. Lucas hasn't had, I think, as much of an impact as people were expecting. As you know, we see Ruffleco find himself an early pick. This AWP is continuing to ring out and find consistent damage. Rocky will find another. How's this for beautiful teamwork? Individual effort for DXA at the moment is still continuing to be firing on all cylinders. As Estate goes down through the smoke, Lucas finally joins the party. Hello, son. Pour yourself a drink, because Mingovia could potentially be coming in to crash this DXA big birthday bash we've got going on. Rocky will eventually go down to the nade. Mingovia has so much control over the B site, and DXA don't even know it yet. Ruffleco will be caught out. Smokes to go up as we see Mingovia find himself a second. Here's where that rotation needs to start coming through for DXA, and it will. There's so much work for Keo and Lucas to be doing right now. They won't be able to influence the plant whatsoever. Noise is going to be made. Keo's at least going to find Mingovi. It's all down to some mooks. 1v2. Oh, what a cheeky play here. It looks like Lucas suspects it. Eventually catches him out as we see DXA at least being able to pick themselves up a 9th. Keo with the defuse. And KZG. Off the back of a huge Mingovi 2K. Can't get it done. After what was looking like a DXA complete shutout of that round. Will Tito drink to victory or defeat? That's a fair question. I think we should call him and ask him. Tito, are you drinking to victory or defeat? The state's on one. He's actually cooking right now. It's crazy. He'll be drinking either way. Hey, are you? It's good to see you, man. You'll win or you'll learn. Alright, we know he's running the Mongol socials quickly. Rocky loses his beloved leader, Roffelco, and eventually gets to escape. Spoiling my reading experience. That sounds like Tito, I'll be honest here, man. We're going to see Mingovi at least get himself an opening kill. Lucas is going to be there for the trade, but... the big question is, are KZG going to continue to commit towards this B side? They get themselves a mid pick and it looks as if they're going to back away. They've got so much space to accelerate forward and take the room. Lucas will find himself a second. Lucas nearly getting himself 3. Hassie tagged down so low. It's going to be all down to Keo. The AWPer of everybody's dreams. That nade will go down. Will at least prevent the plant. In the end of the day, what's a few seconds worth? As Keo with that AWP at least gets to advance a little bit into the site. Will miss the shot onto estate, unfortunately, as KZG will pick up 11. And DXA. I'll never learn, I'll never win. That's unfortunately facts. 11-9 score. We are going to be seeing burning in smokes. We're going to see Mingovi go down to Lucas's molly. Lucas has slowly turned it on since, like, you know, first called him out, like any good neighbor should. Motion gets given the AWP. 1 HP in a dream. You'll love to see it. But it looks as if it's going to be the A site's going to be hit here. It's going to be Lucas in motion to hold it down. Keo's here as well. At least Keo gets to have a little bit of fun with that SMG. Eventually, we do start to see that SMG climbing a little bit, looking for a little bit of space, looking for a little bit of damage. And here for... oh, unlucky for Keo. Estate will be able to do a little bit of something, but Rocky eventually gets to escape, and the save for DXA has to come through. You've got to save this AWP, you've got to save this M4. There's just no HP to be able to try and fight this here. Now with Lucas and Motion both on the run, fugitives. If Rocky can get himself a kill, it could be big. Purely because, you know, it's another rifle being brought over to DXA's side. If KZG, they get match point, the potential for the 2-0 here is quite big, but Jinxie will at least take a gun away from DXA. I don't know if they really needed to. It just seems like BM to me. I'll be honest here, Chad. The AWP and the M4 saved over for DXA. FAMAS's MP9s, they're scrounging the bottom of the barrel. It's KZG. There's a P90 in play. I'm extremely excited now. I just want to see what this P90 does, man. Mingovi, at least getting one. He's on an absolute tear with that P90. Goes back and throws utility. He's not a P90 player at all. P90 players don't even know where to buy utility from, let alone how to throw it. Molotov's doing significant damage. Rocky will at least find one. Rocky, Ruffleco finding kills, but Mingovi with that P90 continues to find frags, and it's going to be Samooks to steal away the P93K. And KZG will come out on top. DXA had a commanding lead, but just can't get the job done. Frames, crap. The fact that P90... Yeah, the fact that P90 player has utility is crazy to me. But GG's. DXA, unfortunately, go down 2-0. I need to get my snapback. I don't have a snapback hat. I do have a bucket hat, though. So I can become Fuckboy Flam and be like, dude, monster? I love drinking monster, dude. But big GG's all around. KZG do come out on top. DXA, unfortunately, have to tend to their wounds as they continue to hang out near Archon down the bottom. Oh crap, flamboyant can. Okay, let's not get too crazy now. Eli. Oh brother, I should just be banning you for that. Question is, chat, who are we gonna raid? Because I feel like Conky's the play. Ooh, maybe Rarewolf. Rarewolf or Conky, chat? Are we Rarewolf fans here or are we Conky fans here? Hey, Loco. Hey, man. My fault? Conky fan? My fault, gang. We got a Conky fan? I feel like Conky could be the play here. Conky. We shall be raiding Conky. What is it, like 8 Y's or something in his name? 3, but still, so I vote Conk. That beautiful glistening man on my screen. We will be raiding Conky. Make sure you do say hello to him. It's an absolute pleasure to be joined by all of you here today. I've been your cast flamboyant. Take care. GG's, well played to everybody. Peace.